This conference will now be recorded.
So what will be discussed in today's demo session is the agenda for today. The first topic will be performance testing. Okay. And second is the load runner architecture. Third one is a load runner course content. And fourth is a Q&A session. Okay, if you have any questions, you can ask. So let's start with understanding what is performance testing all about, and then why load runner architecture at a high level, and then we'll discuss about the course content in detail, and then I'll take question and answers from you guys. So in between, if you have any questions, request you to please post your questions in the chat window, or please make a note of your questions, and you can ask me at the end of the session. Okay, so let me okay, so generally if there is uh, okay, so generally uh, if you see any a functional tester or automation tester, or even if we want to test any functionality of an application, right? So how do you validate any functionality? For example, if you want to validate that the login is happening correctly or not for this application, right? If you want to validate whether login is happening correctly or not for this application, how do you validate? So we generally enter our username and password and click on login button, right? So we generally enter username here and password here and click on login button, and then you will be navigated to home page, right? So when you are navigated to home page, so let's say I enter username and password and I click on login button. Now you have now you are onto the home page, right? So that means we are validating the home page here. That means when the user is able to navigate to home page successfully, at that point of time, we confirm that the login is working, right? The login functionality is working. Okay, so if you see the functional tester or automation tester, they will be more interested in validating this sort of functionality. They will be validating this sort of functionality. So now navigating to home page and verifying whether it is login is successful or not. Okay, whether logout is successful or not, or whether any other functionality. Okay, but performance tester is not performance tester is more interested about how fast the application is able to navigate to home page. Okay, if you consider the same login as a functionality, if you think from performance tester perspective, he will be more interested in and in knowing how fast the user is able to navigate to home page, right? So that is the difference. So performance tester is more interested in knowing how fast the application is loading, how fast the pages are loading, or how fast the application is responding, right? If I click on some button, how fast the pages are loading, how fast the um, data is appearing on the on the screen, right? So this sort of performance is is what the performance tester will look into. Okay, so on a high level, performance tester will be more interested in knowing how fast the application is responding, how fast the pages are loading, and all those things. Okay, and on a high level, performance testing is evaluating the system performance under virtual user load. Okay, under some load. So how can I say? For example, okay, so you can take in this way. Okay, let's speed. Okay. Okay. So if you want to understand performance testing definition, you know, on a high level, it's all about testing the application speed, okay, or speed in sense, or how fast the application is responding, how fast the pages are loading, right? And how do you verify? By checking the response times, right? What do you mean by response time? Like within how much time the page has loaded, right? Within how much time the page has loaded. Then when you verify this, speed and or when you verify this the response times under some load. So without load, we cannot say it is a performance testing. So there should be some amount of load that we have to apply on the system. Okay. So based on that, we have to verify this, the application responsiveness. So that is called performance testing. Performance testing is all about evaluating the system performance under some load. Okay, so if you're testing with one user, that is not called a performance testing. If you're testing with one user, that is not called as performance testing. There should be some amount of load that has to be applied on the system. Okay, based on which we will be validating, how fast the application is responding, how fast the pages are loading, and all those things. Okay, so on a high level, without any without any specific definition kind of thing. So if you want to understand what is performance testing all about, so you can say that performance testing is all about testing the or evaluating the system performance under some load. So that load is very important. So without load, you cannot say that is performance testing. For example, I just clicked on this itinerary tab button here. This page loaded. Now, because I clicked only once, I being a single user, okay, I clicked that button and I saw this page, and I saw this page. Now, it loaded in, let's say, around 0.5 seconds or something. But I cannot but I cannot say this as a performance testing, because I'm the only user who clicked on this button. There is no load at all on the system. Okay, so there should be some amount of load that should be applied on the system. Okay, when you call it as a performance testing, when you want to verify the application responsiveness, or the application, how fast the pages are loading and all those stuff, then there should be some amount of load also. Okay, so load is very, very important. Now, how do you verify the performance of the application? So what is the first step that you should do is, uh, with single user, you cannot do performance testing. That's what I said. With single user, you cannot do performance testing. You have to test with multiple users, right? Then, for example, if I want to say, let's say that if I want to test the performance of the login functionality. So if I want to test the login functionality, what are the steps that I have to perform? If I want to test the login functionality for performance, what are the steps that I have to perform? First, I have to launch the application. Then log into the application. Okay, and then log out of the application. So these are the three steps that I have to do in order to test the performance of the login functionality, right? First, I have to launch, then I have to log in and verify the response times, or verify the performance, and then log out of the application. Okay, now in order to do this, if I have to do manually, I can just log in, log off, log in, and then verify, and then log off. But if I have to test this again and again with multiple users, then I need some sort of script. Okay, I need some sort of script which should help me, which I should be using to run multiple times. Okay, to see how how the login functionality is working with with virtual user load. Okay, so if you want to test some functionality, okay, for performance, then you need to have some script for that. Okay, so that script should be run, that script should be run, okay, for multiple times with n number of users or with multiple users. Then only we will be able to analyze the performance of that particular functionality. Now, who will generate the script? Now we know that these are the three steps which we have to perform. Okay, now who will generate the script? There should be some component, or there should be some tool which should help us in generating the script, right? So that particular component within LoadRunner, we call it as Vusion. Okay, so this is one of the component from the load runner architecture. So which is used to generate the scripts, okay, or which is used to record the scripts. Okay, so these scripts, whatever we record, okay, based on the steps that we mentioned, we should be able to run the script n number of times with n number of users so that the performance can be evaluated. So let's do one thing. Let's record this same flow, launch, login, logout, and then we will see how the response times are calculated, or if I run the script, um, how no how this how the application, how we'll calculate how the application pages are loading, like for launch, login, and logout. Okay, so this is the home page, or this is the launch page. Okay, as soon as you launch this Vusion component, you will be redirected to this page. Now for time being, just I'll record the same flow, launch, login, and logout. So just be with me for a few minutes. So I'm clicking on new. I'm going to create a new script. Okay, so give some script name, let's say demo. Okay, so you can create one new folder where you want to exactly save the script. Okay, I'm going to create one folder. Okay, I created one folder. Okay, and I clicked on create. Now, as soon as you click on create, you'll be seeing this particular page. Okay, so on the left hand side, this is the solution explorer. This is the space where the generated code will be displayed, or the generated script will be displayed. Now we can discuss all these solution explorer options in our upcoming sessions. Okay, but for now, let's record those 3 steps which we were discussing, like launch, login, and logout. And if you want to record those 3 steps, what is the first thing you have to do here is you have to click on the record icon here. Okay, what are the steps that you want to record? What are the steps that you want to record? So click on this record button. As soon as you click on record button, you'll see this window. And okay, you can ignore this first option. I'll explain you again in our upcoming sessions. So for time being, you see this. This is a browser that I'll be selecting. You can choose any of the browser. Okay, you have different browsers. You can choose any of the browser, and you can choose the URL, which application you want to record, or which application you want to generate, for which application you want to generate the script. That URL you have to mention here. So you can give URL. What is the URL that you want to record? So take this URL from here. Okay, and paste it, and then click on start recording. For time being, we have given the application URL here, and then we are starting the recording. Okay, we have other options as well, which we will discuss in our upcoming sessions in detail. So just wanted to show you how the code will generate. Okay, how do you calculate the response times on a high level. So as soon as you click on record, there will be a movable window which will come up here. So you see this movable window, and on this movable window, you see some number keeps on increasing. There is some number keeps on increasing, which is a good sign. That means this particular tool is able to capture the data or the traffic, okay, for this application. This tool is able to capture the traffic for this application. Now, what are the steps that you want to calculate the response time, or let's say if you want to analyze how much time the login is taking, how much time login is taking. So first step, what you have to do is you have to start some transaction. We call it as start transaction. Why do we start transaction? Because we want to calculate response time only for that step, that particular step. So for example, if I say login start transaction for login, and I click on OK, and then I will manually go and enter username and password here on the application, and then I click on login button. When the user is navigated to home page, I will end that particular transaction. Because I want to calculate response time only for this particular function, this particular step. And what is the next step again? Logout. So for each and every step, you have to create some transactions. Okay, when you perform some task on the application, when you perform some when you perform some action on the application, you create transaction like this. For every action that you perform, you create some action, you create some transaction like this. So what is the next step? I created transaction for login, just sorry, log off, and then I logged off. You stop the transaction here, stop the transaction here, and then once this particular recording is done, you can stop recording by clicking on this button. There are different options again, which we will discuss in our upcoming sessions. So for time being, what did I do? We recorded these 3 steps. What are those steps? Launch, login, log off. These 3 steps we have recorded. I just want to show you the code that gets generated when you record the application. See, this is the code that gets generated. Okay, this is the code that got generated for launch, login, and log off. Now, if you see, while recording itself, I have given some start transaction name login. You see that name here, and also I ended that somewhere transaction here. You see it like that ended. Again, logout started. Again, logout ended. So this particular code, okay, this particular code from here to here, between the start transaction and end transaction belongs to login code. This is login code. Now, this particular code here, okay, belongs to log off code. Why? Because you can clearly see, you can clearly see that it is starting is logout and ending here is logout, and whatever the request, whatever the code you see in between that is belongs to logout, and whatever the code you see here, that belongs to login. Okay, you see here start transaction login and end transaction login. So like this you can analyze the code. Okay, this code or this request belongs to login, or this request belongs to log off. Okay, something like that. So you can analyze it easily. Okay, now we will just run the script now. Before I run the script, I'll quickly make one change. Okay, now let me run once quickly. Okay, 1 second. Yes. Okay, so let me run this. So if you want to run, just click on run button for time being. So when it runs, we will see the output, how it shows, how it displays the output for us. See here, when I ran the script, it is clearly saying that, okay, it is clearly saying the script is passed. First thing is, and the next thing is, it is clearly showing the response time for this, how much time the login has taken, how much time the logout has taken. Okay, so the amount of time for login is 0.338 seconds. So the amount of time for logout is 0.309 seconds. So specifically like this, you can calculate some response times, how much time, how much time it is taking for login to happen. Okay, how much time for logout, and whatever the action that you perform on the application, right? For all those actions, you can calculate the response times like this. And then this script, whatever this script will definitely help us, whatever the script we have generated, right? This script, it will definitely help us with running, while running with more number of users. For example, the same script I can run with 100 users, 50 users, because performance testing is all about testing the application under some load, right? So same script, if I test with 100 users or 50 users, okay, then I have to verify this response times. Then that is the actual performance testing. Okay, verifying the application performance under some load. Okay, now whatever the script I ran, that is for one user only again. That is for one user only again. But the same script I will be able to run with multiple number of users. That is the advantage, which we will be discussing in detail in our upcoming sessions. How to run with multiple number of users, how to run with 100 users, 500 users, 50 users, whatever it is. We can, okay, we'll be seeing in our upcoming sessions. Okay, so on a high level, you can see what is this is the login action that took 0.338 seconds. This is the logout action. It has taken 0.309 seconds. Okay, this is the tool which will help in generating the script for us, and this script we can run with multiple number of users, so that we can call it as a performance test. Okay, and apart from that, we have we will be discussing load runner architecture as well today, okay, at a high level. So this diagram architecture diagram, because we have this course is specifically for load runner, right? So on a whatever we discussed just now, a few minutes ago, that was on a high level, like what is performance testing all about, first thing. And then I explained you about this. There should be some component which should help us in generating some script. That component is Vusion. Okay. Now we will we'll understand this load runner architecture, okay, out of some questions. So the architecture will be derived out of some questions now. Let's say there is some bank application. Okay, let's say there is some bank application, and if you want to test this bank application with, let's say, 100 users or 500 users, so generally, uh, if I am the client, let's say that I own the bank application, and if I want to test my application with, let's say, 500 users, now I cannot bring 500 people, and I cannot give them 500 laptops or 500 desktops and ask them to sit at one place and ask them to log in at a time and check the speed or check the response times, right? It doesn't work like that, right? Practically it doesn't work like that, right? So there should be some component which should help us in generating those users for us, virtual users for us. Okay, there should be some component which should help us in generating those virtual users for us. That particular component is called load generator. Now this load generator component will help us in generating the virtual users for us. Generating the virtual users for us. Okay, so we instead of those real users, we will be generating the virtual users with this component. So these load generators are nothing but machines only, which are highly configured, like 16 GB or whatever it is, 32 GB, like high CPU processor and all those things. Okay, why? Because they have to generate virtual multiple users, right? So the configuration should be high. So the load generator machines will be taking care of generating the virtual users. Okay, and those virtual users will simulate the real actions, real human behavior only they will simulate. Okay, and then the next component, once we have the virtual users ready, then we need to have some scripts for us to develop, like whatever the scripts we have seen just now, similar to that, right? So for example, let's take this bank application, and for this bank application you want to test the performance. So what is that you have to test out of this bank application? So what are the most frequently executed uh, actions? So let's say on any bank application, what are the most frequently used actions performed? Let's say transferring money from one account to another account, or downloading bank statement, or paying credit card bill. These are the most frequently performed actions on any bank application, right? So for those frequently performed actions, we have to develop scripts. We have to develop scripts. Okay, like how we developed just now, how we recorded the flow. Similar way, we have to develop some scripts. So for that, we need one component to develop scripts for those actions. So that component is called Vusion. That component is called Vusion, virtual user generator, which we have seen just now, Vusion. This component is responsible for developing the scripts or recording the scripts or enhancing the scripts. Okay, so now we have virtual users ready through load generator. Now we have scripts ready through Vusion. Now when you have scripts ready, you have to execute, or you have to trigger the execution. You have to trigger the execution, right, of those scripts. So there should be some component which should help us in triggering that execution, right? So that component is called controller or performance center. Controller or performance center. So this component is responsible for executing the scripts, or in sense triggering the execution. You can say triggering the execution. Okay, whatever the scripts you develop, you can upload those scripts into controller. Okay, so here whatever the scripts you develop, right, you can upload those scripts to controller, and then you can trigger execution from here. Once the execution is completed, then you have to analyze the results. You need some component, or you need some help to analyze those results. So there is another component called analysis, which will help us in analyzing those results. This component is a very powerful tool component, it will show us clear metrics about all the different graphs. Okay, like the response times graphs and users graph, or there are different graphs. There are different metrics which we have to analyze, and for all those metrics it will show a graphs. It will display graphs for us. Okay, so this analysis component is responsible for analyzing the results. Now you clearly understand now this particular component is for generating the virtual users. This is for generating the scripts. This is for triggering the execution. This is for analyzing the results. So with all these components, okay, we can perform our, we can, complete, or we can complete our performance test right from scratch to end. Okay, right from generating the scripts to analyzing the results. Okay, so these are the components that are included in the load runner architecture. These are the components that are included in the load runner architecture at a high level. Okay, so this is about architecture, how it works, and the remaining topic for today is important one, the load runner course content. So most of you might have some most of you might have some questions around this only, mostly every time. So let's discuss this load runner course content, what we'll be covering as part of this load runner course content. So first thing is architecture basics and introduction to performance testing and the performance testing life cycle, that or you can say that process that you usually follow in your projects. Okay, so these are the concepts we'll cover: proof of concept, non-functional requirements, test plan, workload modeling. These are very, very important. And then we will be, once these performance testing concepts are covered until here, we will which are common to all the tools. These concepts are common to all the tools, right? All the performance tools. Now then we will be moving to load runner. So what is load runner? Okay, how do you install it, or how do you record the scripts? Okay, what are the features of that Vusion tool which which is used for recording? Okay, and then best scripting practices in Vusion. When you record the script, how do you enhance that script so that it will run multiple times with a number of users without any errors? Okay, scripting is most important here. Whatever the script we recorded in Vusion, right? Whatever the script we recorded in Vusion, this scripting, enhancing this script is most important thing. Recording is easy only. Enhancing the script is most important thing. So that best practices we will be discussing how to enhance the script. Okay, and we will be discussing about the runtime settings, okay, which are also very, very important. Okay, how do you what are the different settings or options that we have while executing those scripts? And then we have some concepts like some important concepts like HTML based versus URL based recording, sub transactions, checkpoints. Checkpoints are nothing but kind of assertions. I'm not sure if any one of you are from functional or automation background. You verify you validate something, right? So that validation is called checkpoint. So then this is the most frequently asked question, okay, from this thing, that do we need coding knowledge for learning this tool? Okay, do we need, or how much of coding is required for learning this tool? So I'll definitely say we need to learn some good amount of basics of C language. Okay, so these basics will definitely help us in advance in writing some advanced scripts or enhancing the existing scripts. Okay, so why C language is required is because the script what you record, that needs to be enhanced a little bit so that it can be run a number of times, right? So for that we need some C language basics. So it will hardly take some 3-4 days to 4-5 days to learn max the basics of C language. It's not like we should learn the advanced concepts, only basics is sufficient. So what are the basics? You can see here: variables, data types, if conditions, if statements, loops and conditions, functions. Okay, up to this it is enough. But however, I have covered some advanced concepts like how to write data to file, how to read from file, what are the real-time challenges in scripting, and also you see there are different functions which we will learn. Okay, not only this, we have few more also. Okay, I've just mentioned few here. So these are the different concepts that we'll be learning as part of our course. Some advanced concepts are good, important concepts, as I say. And then the most important concept of this particular course is correlation. So this is very, very important. In fact, I can say if you are not if you are not learning this concept, then there is no point in writing the script or developing the script. So it is that important. Without this concept, you will not be able to develop the script or enhance the script. Okay, so we'll be learning this concept completely from basics to advanced. It will take around 4-5 sessions for this concept alone. And then we have parameterization. This concept is purely related to passing the test data. Now, as we discussed, like the performance test will be done for multiple number of users, right? Like 50 users, 100 users, or something like that. Okay, so for all those users, we need to pass test data. So test data is very, very important again. So that we will deal with this parameterization concept. And then once you have all those scripts ready and all those things, I said we will trigger execution, right? So from the component called controller or performance center, so that we will learn all these the controller concepts. Okay, how to execute, how to trigger execution and all those things. What are the different types of tests we can trigger? Okay, and then how do you monitor the results? Execution is important only, but at the same time, analysis is very, very important. If you develop the script, okay, and if you execute it, and if you're not able to analyze it, there is no use, because whatever the analysis you do, that you have to send it to client or application team, right? So based on your analysis only, they will take some decisions, right? So your analysis should be very, very accurate. So we have to understand, we have to know what each graphs are, the each terms, each of the term, each of the graph, okay, in the as analysis, from the analysis point of view. And then based on that, we have to analyze. Okay, so there will be different graphs we will understand, different terms and terminologies we will understand as part of analysis. And at the same time, when you analyze the complete results, you have to send out a detailed email, okay, or detailed observations from your end. So I will be covering that as well in this course. I will be explaining how to draft an email with all the observations to the client. Okay, because your email or your observations are the final results, right? So that should be accurate and you should not miss anything. Okay, so I will explain you how to draft an email with all the observations. Okay, at the same time, we have a couple of sessions for interview question and answers discussion. Like I will be asking you like Q&A, like kind of mock interviews. Okay, so which will definitely help you while you attend the interviews. Okay, I will be providing a document, okay, with some interview question and answers, which you can go through before attending any interviews if you want. Okay, and then you have these some additional topics like this some scripting, fiddler tool, har file scripting, and some apm tools introduction. So apm means application monitoring tools introduction. Okay, and I'll explain you the what is app dynamics, and on how to identify the issues out of that, how to find out the issues from that tool. Okay, at a high level, I'll take 1 or 2 sessions on this. Okay, so it will definitely help you, this APM tool and App Dynamics as well. And then along with this tool, the recorded sessions of the web services will also be provided. Okay, so whoever has some requirement of testing web services in their project, they can go through this video sessions, hardly 3 or 4 hours max. It's a good, very good video recording session. So it will be more than enough to understand web services and implement it, okay, in your projects. So that will be provided as well from our end. And along with that, I will be explaining you at a high level about one of the protocol called TrueClient, how that protocol works and all those things. At a high level, I'll be explaining you one session on that as well. So this is the course content from, okay. Now I will open the Q&A session. So if you have any questions, you can ask now. One second. Okay, you can post your questions in the chat window as well. It can be related to course content. It can be related to course duration, or it can be related to anything. Generic questions also you can ask me. You can post it in the chat window, or you can directly, you know. And one more thing is, this course is specifically designed to, uh, to cover topics from basics to advanced. And the guys coming from non-IT background also should be able to understand the concepts easily. And if you guys, especially the guys who are coming from non-IT background, if you have any questions or anything else, you can reach out to me separately. I can help you out. In the last few batches, for the guys who were coming from the non-IT background, I took 1 or 2 additional sessions to make them familiar with the performance testing concepts. Okay, only for the non-IT guys, I took one or 2 additional sessions to make them familiar with the performance testing terms and terminologies. Okay, so I will be taking that additional session as well for non-IT guys. Okay, so this course is designed to cover all the questions from basics to advanced. Which version of LoadRunner? Latest version only, Kajaudin. LRE 2021. We can download a trial version and we can practice on that, no problem. The latest version only. What will be the course duration? Course duration is actually it will be around 30 plus 30 plus sessions. It will be 30 plus sessions, and it will start from tomorrow only. Will you be covering scenario on how to identify issues or performance testing? Yes. So because when we trigger the execution from controller, right? So we can see what are the different issues, we can figure it out. And also we have one session for APM tool, right? I will tell you how to find out issues from APM tool. Okay, what are the different metrics you can fetch from APM tool? All those things. Um, See, someone is asking what is the difference between LoadRunner and JMeter. See, both are uh, performance testing tools, and both have a good share in the market. See, especially when it comes to LoadRunner, um, the companies, especially like banking, financial institutions, and all top MNCs, they use LoadRunner considering the security factor and also considering the number of protocols it supports. So if you see the different, or if you compare the tools in the market, LoadRunner is the only tool which supports more number of protocols. When you compare with other tools, it has support for more number of protocols. Okay, and also it is a licensed tool, right? So these banking and financial institutions or companies, MNCs, they prefer this LoadRunner tool because of that security purpose. If you see the JMeter, it is open source. Yes, it is being used to some extent now there also. But if you see security as a primary reason for this tool to be used in various banking and financial institutions mostly, okay, in all the MNCs. And then one more reason is we will have the continuous support from Micro Focus team for whatever the issues we face. But if you see any open source tool, we have to fix on our own, like going through forums and searching for the solutions and all those things. But we have open support from Micro Focus for the LoadRunner. If you face any issues, you can the Micro Focus support team will definitely help. Okay, so there are some pros and cons for every tool. Likewise, these are the pros for LoadRunner. And I'm not saying JMeter is is not that good and all. It is also a good tool. Both of these tools have good share in the market, but that is open source. This is licensed one. Yes, And one more thing I wanted to cover is we will be practicing the scripting on 3 to 4 applications. The reason why I am mentioning this point is the scripting is most challenging sometimes. When you work on different applications, you will get to know different scripting challenges. Okay, so different scripting scenarios, different scenarios we will see. Based on those different scenarios, we will be able to do some scripting, different sort of scripting, right? So when you practice different applications, you will be learning some scripting, okay, advanced scripting also, because we face different issues, different challenges in when we work on different applications. In this course, we'll be working on some 3 to 4 applications, okay, as part of scripting. Okay, so all the scripting, possible scripting challenges and scripting scenarios, dynamic script, what is that? Dynamic scripting or some advanced scripting. Okay, writing your own code. Okay, all those concepts will be covered as part of this course. Yes, all the sessions are recorded, including today's. Yes, and the recorded sessions will be shared to you every day. Yes, Sandeep. Actually, there was some issue recently with the database in my machine. So yes, VTS I will be taking one session at the end of the course. At the end of the course, I'll take one session on VTS also. Yeah, Sakib, 3 to 4 applications we will practice for scripting, because that is most important. Execution anyone can learn. So if you go to project, if you work for one release, or one time, if you see how to execute one or two times, anyone can execute. But only challenge is you have to make your scripts ready. That means you have to keep your scripts ready with scripting, right? The scripting is a challenge, okay, for anyone. Not only this tool, for JMeter also that will be challenge. Okay, working on various applications and scripting is itself is a challenge. So when we work on 3 to 4 applications, as I said, okay, it will be a good learning in terms of scripting. Mobile testing support load runner. See, mobile testing will not be covered as part of this course. We will be covering okay. See, there are two things, Kajod, in cloud-based. When you say cloud-based performance testing, what do you mean by that? Do you mean that the application is in cloud, or are you using some cloud-based tool like StormRunner or something like that? So there are two things. If the application is in cloud, that is different. If the application, if the tool that we are using, that has to be cloud-based, that is different. Okay, so this is load runner, right? So StormRunner is not included in this. Yeah, TrueClan protocol, I'll definitely take one or two sessions and explain you how to record a TrueClan protocol. I will explain you on that. That's not an issue. Yeah, I can help you out in TrueClan protocols. Installation, yes, Ganesh, we will do that. We will take care of that from our side, no problem. Like, we will support you, like how to install a trial version and all those things. Class timings, same time, Sakib, from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. IST. Okay, same time. Whoever has joined as for the demo session, same timing. No, Vamsi, Oracle 2-tier protocol, no. For this session, no. Because there are so many protocols, right? There are so many protocols, and I'm not sure, like, we'll be covering this Oracle 2-tier protocol for this. So if you go to any interview, okay, so they will be asking you, even though load runner supports some, let's say 30 or 40 or 20 or 30 protocols, or let's say that JMeter supports some 15-20 protocols, whatever it is. If you attend any interview, they will ask you at least two protocols. Okay, 2 or 3 they will ask you, not more than that. The most frequently or the mandatory ones, the protocol is web HTTP HTML protocol is one protocol. Then you can learn web services, for which we are already providing you the recorded sessions. Then you can go for True Client also. Okay, you can learn this. So these 3 will be more than enough for if you want to attend any interview. These 3 will be more than enough. Anything apart from this is helpful to you, but not mandatory. Now someone was asking a question like for how many protocols we have to learn for interview. So that's what I'm telling you. So this is very basic one, because everything is web application now. Right? Most of the applications are web applications and run on web protocol, right? So for that, this protocol is very, very important. So this is a base of learning performance testing, LoadRunner tool. Not only LoadRunner, for JMeter also, this is the base protocol. Okay, we have to learn for this mandatory, because most frequently observed in any of the applications is this protocol. And then you have web services, and then you can, if you are specific to LoadRunner, you can try this True Client, which I will explain you 1 or 2 sessions on True Client also. I can try, Vamsi. I will ask Kumar sir whether he has any recorded sessions for Oracle 2 tier. I will let you know. Any other specific questions? By the way, any one of you from non-IT background, do you have any questions? You can ping me in the chat window separately. Yeah, tell me.
Can I get this all to review, because I'm getting late. I didn't know the first time what you're talking, so can you
Sure.
record it all?
Sure. The recorded sessions will be shared to you. Yeah, please. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yeah, tool installation. You can install in your laptop. I will help you out. I will help you out how to install trial version. I will help you out. Yes, the concept will be covered. Kajauddin, load balancing, IP spoofing concepts are covered.
Okay. Do you have any contact to ask any question for another day, or how did you?
Yeah. Okay. Your name, please. Okay. I will. Okay. I will ping you, or I will ask Kumar sir or any one of the institute team to reach out to you. So that you can post all your questions separately, or you can directly call us. Okay. We will ping you over WhatsApp. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. See, we have our Dinesh. We have our own website, ishatrainingsolutions.com. Okay. Which is a very good website for learning the performance testing, in terms of scripting, in terms of what is it, execution, and all those things. This application is very good, and we have designed this application only to learn performance testing. So we have included some good concepts like security questions, some complex correlations. Okay, see, so when you log in, as soon as you log in, you will get these sort of security questions. Okay, and then when you log into this application, you'll see a very good application with some search engine, default search engines, and different sort of functionalities. yes, apart from this, we will learn couple of other applications also. Okay. Any other questions, guys? Especially guys coming from non-IT background, if you have any questions, please do ask. Okay, so I will be available on the WhatsApp group. So if you further have any questions, you can always reach out to me, or in fact, you can post your questions on the WhatsApp group as well. Either me or Kumar sir will address those questions. And if you want to contact directly, okay, you can just ping us. We will call you directly and address those questions. Okay. Any weekend class? It depends, Krishna, and for especially now. See, generally what I do is I take sessions from Monday to Friday, and Saturday, Sunday you will get some time to practice. But what I do is initial sessions for the non-IT guys, right? To make them familiar with the performance testing to terms and terminologies. I'll be taking 1 or 2 additional sessions on the weekends for them. That doesn't mean that others shouldn't join. Everyone can join that session, but that is purely for to understanding or making familiar with the performance testing terms and terminologies. Yes. So first weekend, most probably this when I say so once you register the course, right? So in the first 10 days or something like that, whatever the weekend falls, right? So that weekend we will be taking additional session on for performance testing beginners, like in sense on especially for the non-IT guys. So to make them familiar with the performance testing to terms and terminologies. So one additional session will be taking on the weekend. I cannot say exactly that. I cannot mention the date as of now, but it will be mostly on the first weekend. Like once you register the course, once the course begins, right? So most probably it will be on the weekend. And also the recorded session will be shared for that also. Okay. So any other questions? Okay. So I will be available on WhatsApp. Okay, group. Please reach out to me or Kumar sir also will address the questions. So thank you everyone for joining. For any further questions, please reach out. Please ping in the WhatsApp group. Yeah. Thanks everyone once again.